This is Football Thoughts.
Czech Republic won, South Africa won full time score. And yeah, people are going to be excited about this draw and, say that Bafana Bafana didn't lose and the boys played well and they tried their best to win. People, we were trash the first 25 minutes leading up to the first half. And I gotta say, man, like Hugo Press, whatever his name is Dudu is a trash technical tactical manager. Jay Adams is not really a good enough midfielder to be playing with Mokwena. Mokwena as itself is the Bruno Fernandez of Bafana Bafana. Man, them don't do anything the whole game, barely completes passes, loses the ball, fouls players, and then gets a Bandulu penalty at the end, which we got lucky from. But let's break it down, man. The first 25 minutes, we looked shambles. We didn't have any of the ball, and we barely kept the ball. And seeing that we like to play from the back and keep possession from the back, we don't even have the technical ability to maintain that sort of football. Because every time we play from the back, the first 25 minutes are crucial because teams are going to have a lot of energy to be pressing us off the back and the start of the game. And we don't have the technical ability or the technical players who can play whilst being pressed. We don't have enough press resistant players. So why are we playing football starting from the back? Once again, we blame Hugo. Why are we starting with Mokwena and Jay Adams, who are not technically gifted enough to control the midfield? Because all our duels were lost in the midfield. The midfield is how you win games, and the way the manager sets up the midfield is horrendous. I honestly don't feel like this attacking outlet for Bafana Bafana is even good enough because they don't even create chances. They barely create link up play. They barely complete any passes. And no one has a first touch. No one in this team, especially in the attacking outlet. Apollo's got no first touch. Maseku got no first touch. Made Reiner's finished with a 4.9 average after today's game. And that should just tell you guys. We are playing with a 30-year-old footballer who plays for Sundowns, who has no first touch, and you expect us to score goals in the opening play? It's very lucky. It's very, very convenient that we got that penalty. Because if we didn't get that penalty, we were going to finish with 0 points today. I guarantee it. This Czech Republic team was not threatening enough for me to consider them a team that deserved to win today. But neither were we were a team to deserve to win today because we were trash. We were horrendous. We barely created enough chances. We barely had enough shots on target. Barely controlled the game. The only time we controlled the games after the first half, and that's only because Czech Republic were tired and the weather caught to them, and they're not they don't have the engine, but they have more physicality. Half of the time they were beating us in the athletic aspect and the physicality of the game because all our players look like Tavin, Shabin, ex-athletes who used to play Sunday league with all their bellies, their beer guts. Ain't not a single player in this Bafana Bafana team that looks like an athlete or a footballer athlete. I tell you now, PSL FC is just trash. PSL FC is not a team that is mentally prepared to go all the way or even to a round of 16 because even though we drew this game, we are still lost, people. We still have to rely on Czech Republic losing to South Korea because we can't get the job done ourselves. I blame Safa. I blame Patrice Mutsipe for involving his sundown players like Mutipe, Mudoi. These players are trash, man. Mokoena, he's trash, man. I'm sorry. Reiner's trash. We got to stop gatekeeping in the PSL end in South African football, because I guarantee you now, we don't need to only select Pirates and Sundown players because they are not good enough. You're telling me about Lyle Foster. Lyle Foster Charles bench for Burnley, and Burnley got relegated. Ain't nobody care about Lyle Foster, man. We need to bring in players who nobody knows about, players from the NFD who are hungry. It might not be from the NFD, but it's young players who mix with some experienced players who are technically gifted who play in foreign leagues across the world. You see how France and the European teams, they use the African athleticism from the African players. Because we know that Dogu's not from Denmark. We know that Kylian Mbappe is not from France. These are African players. But they understand one thing: winning means everything in football in their country. Therefore, they're going to take the African mandem. Why can't we take the African mandem from outside who don't even stay in South Africa anymore? Why? We got to keep everything local. We got to sell tickets. We got to sell merch with these Chiefs and Pirates and Sundowns players who nobody cares about. We got to start focusing on winning and stop focusing on marketing our football. Like and subscribe. This is Red God TV.